Hey, here we are. We're at the last part of the user interface already. Okay, so I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the interface to you so that you can kind of wrap your head a little bit around the AutoCAD vocabulary of what we're looking at. All right, so I'll kind of start at the top and maybe work my way down. Okay, so up here in the upper left corner, this is called the application menu where this big red A is. And if you click on that, this area is for mostly opening drawings, saving drawings, and there's another real handy tool up in this application menu that if you want to search up a command, say you type in the word line, whoops, I hit an enter there, type in the word line without an enter, and what it will do is it will show you anything that has to do with the word line. There's the line command, but then there's also construction line and stuff like that. So what you can do is you can click on that and it will actually execute the command on the command line. Okay, so that's kind of a neat thing about the application menu. All right, next to the application menu is something I probably use even more often, and it's called the Quick Access Toolbar, and that's where all these small icons are. This is a quick way to open drawings, save drawings. The undo command is up here, and this is very quick. It's quick access. That's why they call it quick access, because it's easy and quick to get to the common commands. All right, in the middle at the top is your drawing name. Notice I'm in drawing 1. You probably are also in something like drawing 1 or drawing 2. Okay, that's the drawing name right now until we save it and rename it to a different name. Okay, over here on the right is pretty much your help window. Okay, you can, if you type something in this search bar right here, it will bring up the help file for anything that you're searching up, and that's a great way to look for help on certain things. Okay, the next thing down here is the ribbon. Now the ribbon is something that got introduced in 2009, and some people love it, and some people that used to use AutoCAD a long time ago, it's taken them a little while to get used to it. But it's really not that bad. I've actually embraced the ribbon, and I find it to be a wonderful tool that AutoCAD has come out with. All right, so here's the ribbon, and the ribbon has different tabs. Okay, you'll notice the Home tab, Insert tab, and as you click on the tabs, of course, the ribbon changes. Most of the time, we're going to be in the Home tab. Once in a while we'll venture out, but for the most part, keep it clicked on the Home tab. Okay. Now in the Home tab, just for your vocabulary, it has panels, and the panels have names, and you can see them underneath here. The Draw panel, Modify panel, Annotation panel, Layer panel. That's what they're called. And then these little pull downs underneath are just more commands or settings that are related to the panel. Okay, a panel can be pinned because they do go up and down like a window shade. They can be pinned with this thumbtack right there, and so if you unthumbtack it, it will roll back up just like a shade. Okay. In AutoCAD 2016 and possibly in 2015, there is a way to look at drawings you have open. So notice here I have drawing 1 open, and any other drawing I click on, it just opens up another brand new drawing. Okay, so you can have a bunch of different drawings open at the same time, and you would just click on the different tabs to look at them. Okay, if you don't have that option, don't worry about it. If you're using an earlier version and you don't see those, not a problem. We're going to work with one drawing at a time. So, and if we do work with more than one, I'm going to show you how to get there. Okay. The very first tab, which is the Start tab, which is what came up with AutoCAD 2016 originally, this is not a drawing. This is a Start tab interface that allows you to navigate open drawings, closed drawings, stuff like that. Okay, so for right now, I will leave it back on drawing 1 where we were. Okay, we're going to stay there for a while and keep talking about the interface. All right, this is the drawing area, this large area. Okay, you want to think of it as an infinite space, especially when we're in model space. Okay, now how do I know we're in model space? Well, if you look down here at the very bottom, you'll see something called Model, Layout 1, and Layout 2. There's only one Model tab. Every tab next to a Model tab is a Layout tab, and some people call these paper space, and they look quite different. Now I just picked on Layout 1, and you'll notice that it has like a framed piece of paper, and that's why they call it paper space. Okay, we're going to get into that a little bit later on in these tutorials. So for now, if you do see something that looks like this, I want you to click right back on the Model tab and be in the model world. All right, so like I said, this model world, this is the 3D world. Even though we're drawing two-dimensionally, we're going to be drawing flat, but it's an infinitely large space. Okay, now the other thing we have here in the drawing area is something called the UCS icon. Okay, and what that does is that tells us the positive X and positive Y direction. The UCS icon is useful in 2D. We use it once in a while. It's very useful in 3D because you need the X, Y, and the Z. But for right now, that's just telling us the positive X and the positive Y direction. Okay. And last but not least, the command line, which we talked about a little bit. This is where you can type in commands, or any command that you pick on reflects down in the command line. This is where Autocad talks to you. This is how you communicate with the program. So the command line is something that you want to get used to glancing at every once in a while. Okay. And last but not least, we have the status bar, which we talked about a little bit in the first part of the user interface. Okay, and the status bar, pretty much these are icons that you can turn them on and turn them off. They're kind of settings, so that, like, for instance, this first one here is the grid, and when it's gray colored it's off, and when it's blue colored it's on. So you'll notice whenever you see a blue colored icon on your status bar, that means that that particular status is on. Okay, so if it's gray, like the grid one here, that means the status is off. And we'll go through those one by one as we use them. Okay, all right, so I think let's see, do I have anything else to cover? Oh, the navigation bar is over here. Most of the time we will be using the zoom command in this navigation bar, zoom extents and zoom all. Okay, and I think that pretty much wraps up the last part of the interface, and I want you to stay tuned because the next part we're going to start actually drawing. All right, so this is exciting. Hang in there and I'll see you in the next tutorial.